This is INCRadio DCEM 954, the voice of truth, the official radio station of the Church of Christ or Iglesianicristo.
Good evening, and good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining and tuning in to another segment of INCRadio New York. My name is Brother Lance Marinas, your host for today's episode. And with me on today, Sister Abigail Hidalgo and Dr. Cliff Sturba to talk about our main topic for today, which is, it's not news for everyone that everyone loves chocolate. Us loves it so much that there are 4 primary chocolate holidays on their calendar. Chocolate Day on July 27, 2 National Chocolate Days on October 28 and December 28, and International Chocolate Day on September 13. In addition to variants such as National Chocolate Milk Day, National White Chocolate Day, and National Cocoa Day. But why do people love chocolate so much? Which type of chocolate is so popular? And is it even good for our health? We'll talk about that in our today's show on INCRadio New York. And for those who are in your YouTube live chat, please don't forget to hashtag your local congregation and also tell us about what your favorite chocolate or dessert or snack and why you love chocolate so much. So Sister Abby, what's happening in our today's topic?
Good morning, everyone, or good evening, or good afternoon, wherever you are. So we have our special guest, Brother Clifford Sterba from the local of Wyndham. So I guess before I continue on to introduce him, hello, Brother Cliff. How are you doing this morning?
Doing pretty good. And we are talking about chocolate, I hear.
Yes, we are. But before we get into the actual maybe or maybe not health benefits, let's have a little fun with our love for chocolate, I guess. So who would like to start first? What is your favorite chocolate dessert or snack? Do you have one? Anyone?
Ooh, mine is hazelnut chocolate.
Oh, the little ball.
Yeah, or anything that's hazelnut flavored chocolate. That's my favorite, especially if they have the actual hazelnut in them.
I'm definitely a white chocolate fan. As Lance said earlier, the cookies and cream, I think that's my go-to if it's a stressful day, if I've had too much on my mind or I don't have enough on my mind. I think that white chocolate is what does it for me.
And white chocolate, is that even chocolate? White chocolate?
It technically is not chocolate, but they call it white chocolate, and it kind of fills in that mental emotional void, you know. It's right there, perfect. It sits right there. And then this one here is just a big all around any chocolate kind of fan.
So Amelia, what's your favorite chocolate or snack?
Which chocolate do you like the best?
Chocolate milk.
Chocolate milk.
Yes. That's a great form of chocolate. As a matter of fact, we have some right here. Nice. Very good.
Yes.
Who got you that? Was it me? Anyway.
So for me, I don't know. Like, I think I like plain chocolate. I don't know. Like, it depends on my mood, and it depends on, I guess, my emotions. I guess I'm an emotional eater. So if I'm having a tough day, I guess I can eat a chocolate bar, but not a lot. Ooh, a wafer one. The wafer kind, the one that you break me off a piece of that. I think that's like my favorite type of chocolate. And I know they have different flavors, and typically the flavors I probably are like the base is milk chocolate, but the actual chocolate, like milk chocolate, was um, I would prefer. So yeah, I guess that's my favorite chocolate snack.
Are you do you go for just any chocolate off the shelf, or do you have a preference for a darker versus a lighter chocolate?
I actually prefer a darker chocolate, to be honest. I like the bitterness because I think if it's too milky, it's too sweet for me. I don't like a lot of sweet treats. So I prefer the dark chocolate, to be honest.
Yeah, dark
Do-
chocolates are great. They actually pair with other foods really well. That's why you see sometimes people will dip fruits and stuff into it.
yes.
They'll pair it with their coffee. It does make a good pair with a lot of foods, actually.
Mm, a good hot chocolate with churros also.
That sounds good.
Warm it up. Warm it up.
Do you like dark chocolate, Lance?
Back then I didn't like dark chocolate, but ever since like I started trying out dark chocolate, because uh, I started liking them slowly. I started with like I think maybe 60% dark chocolate, and slowly worked
Mm,
my way up to 80. I haven't got into the full 100 yet. That's too bitter for me still. But I've gotten all the way to like 85, I think, or 80% dark chocolate, which is fairly decent. Especially if you get a higher quality chocolate once.
mm-hmm.
It really depends on the chocolatier or the main brand that you get from it, and or where they source the cocoa from. So there is a variety of them. Certain dark chocolate doesn't taste as good, even if they're in the same percentage level. So it's really up to the brand that makes it.
Yeah. Sister Marisol says there's a chocolate pizza at a restaurant in Boston. I didn't know they
Oh
made those.
no.
So that sounds like
Oh,
a
no.
dessert type of thing. I'm curious. I'm curious as how it's made. It's probably not like dough, like pizza dough. Probably it's a different kind of dough, more sweeter. So we should check that out or look into that.
There's a chain restaurant, those make your own pizza ones.
Mm-hmm.
They sell the hazelnut spread pizza. So they just put
Mm.
hazelnut spread on the middle, and then put it in the oven fire, the brick oven, and you get a full dessert out of the pizza. There is no marinara sauce, just to inform anyone. It's just the hazelnut spread and the main dough of the pizza.
Huh. That actually sounds pretty good. I don't know, but like it's kind of like the s'mores, like a graham cracker with chocolate and then maybe marshmallows or something like
Mm.
that.
How about this one? There's actually a restaurant here in southern part of Connecticut, close to New York, that actually specializes in chocolate covered bacon. And so they make candied
Mm.
bacon with chocolate. Oh,
How does that taste?
It's like
it,
the salty and sweet kind of thing,
yeah,
right?
sweet. You got to have it together. It's delicious.
But I feel like it'll be too greasy because of the bacon.
Actually, it's not. It's
It's
actually
not.
it's very pleasant, and it's not really what you expect, but in a good way, So I gotta look that up one of these days again. So
Mm.
I have to try that.
It's like we need a list or like a road trip around, I guess, New England or New York, New England, on all the chocolate spots that
Yeah,
desserts or whatever
because
to
bacon
taste.
pairs well with the donuts. There's like the bacon bits on the donuts. That
Mm.
pairs well. So I wonder what the chocolate and and bacon tastes like. Huh.
We should,
That's
we
an
shall, we
interesting.
shall see. We shall do a road trip or something. So
Yeah.
why do we love chocolate so much? Why, why? I don't know. I guess it's like the sweetness, and it does give me a boost of, I guess, serotonin. Makes me a little bit happy whenever I eat chocolate. So I don't know if there's any scientific background on that. But why do you guys love chocolate?
It's a sweet for me. I'm not gonna sugarcoat
yeah,
that.
it's a good break. You did well, or you're doing something it's a good reward to yourself after a hard day. It does make you feel good, as it should. Chocolate is tasty, you know um And depending on your preference, it's more or less tasty for everybody. I really don't know that many people who don't like chocolate, actually. I think it's just an agreeable taste for most of us on the planet. If you're from Earth, you probably like chocolate in some form.
How about you, Brother Lance? Why do you like chocolate? Oh yeah, you said it's sweet, right?
Yeah. But also, it's interesting because I always like a dessert first before, and then any restaurants that I go to, I get dessert first before my actual meal. So I guess it's just a genuine love for like sweets. So that's probably why I do like chocolate. Well, I don't like certain sweet things, so it's just specifically chocolates that I'm very big into. Like certain caramels I don't like, or any other sweets. So or like candies, I'm not a big fan of like hard candies either. So the only go to for me is really chocolate.
Hmm. And Sister Cheyenne says chocolate is number one for me, and all kinds. Brother Sheridan, our brother Don, it says chocolate champorado, and then Sister Gemma says, "How about champorado with tuyo?" So that's like the dried fish, right? So they're like
Oh
the
boy.
sweet and salty
There's a sweet and
combination.
salty combination coming at us again. Yeah, it's delicious. I definitely like chocolate that's darker, that you can savor over time. You're not wolfing it down, you're just letting it sit on your tongue and you're just savoring it. The
Mhm.
relationship has to be a healthy relationship. We just can't go at it mindlessly. You have to savor it. Yeah.
Savor it, yes, yes.
There's
Yes.
a restaurant in Philippines. From what I remember, it's also a good bakery. They sell like really fresh cocoa milk. It's just pure like chocolate, and they make it to a hot chocolate. Then you get a cheese roll on the side, so it looks like ensaimada, but like it's a cheese version. There's cheese in the middle, and you dip it into the hot chocolate. It's also a good mix. It's sweet and sweet though. There's no salty part. So if you're diabetic, just watch out.
Yeah. So we discussed our favorite chocolate dessert, snacks, or whatnot, and why we love chocolate. So now let's see if there's any health benefits with it. So, Brother Cliff, is there? We love chocolate so much. Is there anything good about it?
I mean, yeah, it is good. It's a treat. It's something that helps us feel good and feel better. Um, but we also have to keep reality in mind, right? It's got to be a healthy relationship with chocolate, not one where we're just going after it just because we're hungry. So as far as heart health and stuff like that is concerned, so this started a while back in Panama. There were some scientists who were studying some tribes there, and there was a tribe, the Kuna tribe, I believe it was called. And what they noticed was that when they did physical exams, they found a decreased incidence of heart attack and stroke in this tribe relative to other tribes in the region. And they were wondering why was that? And it turns out that one big thing that this tribe loves to do is they take cocoa beans, they grind them up, and they steep them in hot water and they drink it. It's basically a very thin cocoa, but they drink it like a lot all the time, every day. And so people started wondering, oh, is this the secret to health and happiness? So what they did is they took these cocoa beans and they analyzed them and found some components called flavonoids, and they found that these basically are like antioxidants that decrease that lower blood pressure. They increase circulation. They decrease stroke risk and heart disease and other things like that. It's flavanols or flavonoids, right? And chocolate's not the only place where you can find these. You can also find them in green tea, red wine, and among other things. You can find them in there. But it's the flavanols specifically in this cocoa. Now, that's unprocessed. The second that we start to process the cocoa bean, we start getting that 100% cocoa, which is, to most of us, it's too intense as far as a bitter flavor goes. And so in order to cut this bitter flavor, what they do is they make grades of chocolate now. And that's where you start with your dark chocolates that have just a little bit of sugar added. And then they add more and more and more and more sugar and milk to cut that bitterness down more and more. And then you get to the chocolates that we're used to. But remember, when they do that, it's less and less cocoa, which means less and less of that heart-healthy flavonols. And then you get all the way out to milk chocolate, which is the white stuff that has no nutritional value at all. It's just good to have in your face, it's just delicious. So what they've done is they've actually isolated these flavanols and turned them into a pill that you can take. And guess how many people want to take a pill versus eat chocolate? Not too many, right? It makes sense. So,
But can't you combine it, maybe? Like
yeah, you
crush
could have
the pill with the chocolate? I don't know.
Yeah, why not? It's more fun to have the chocolate. It is. But we have to know that heart healthy benefit is decreased with the more processing that chocolate has. So the recommendation is just, take it easy with your chocolate, go as dark as you can. And it does offer a little bit of a benefit as long as we're taking it with moderation, right? Always with moderation.
So how dark do we need to go?
It's
percentage?
preference, right? It's whatever you desire. Like what Lance said earlier, when you were younger, oh man, it's that lighter chocolate, lots of milk and sugar, delicious. The dark chocolate, no thanks. But as you get a little older and you learn to appreciate the small things in life, a little bit more seasoned, you learn to savor chocolate, and chocolate in its purest form is pretty tasty still, but you have to be moderate about it. We can't just absentmindedly be in front of the TV and having chocolate, by the handful. It should be savored and taken a little bit at a time to really draw out that deliciousness.
So we can have chocolate with every meal. That's okay, Brother Cliff?
We can have chocolate with what?
Every meal. Is that okay?
All right. So I'm going to say right here, there is no consensus on what a healthy amount of chocolate is yet. We're still way out there on that, right? A little bit of chocolate is fine, right? This is not medical advice, right? A little bit of chocolate is fine, but you have to know that there are things that are not great in chocolate also, right? We're talking about calories. We're talking about people who are trying to watch their weight, right? There's always too much of a good thing, but a little bit of chocolate every now and then, especially when you deserve it and it's been a long day, I don't see anything wrong with that.
Okay, sounds good. Other than the flavonoids, any other health benefits that's associated with chocolate that we know of?
So the only other thing that I can think of really, there is a stress reduction effect, but this is just reported by the people who have been eating the chocolate, right? I'll give you chocolate. How do you feel? Well, after I've had this chocolate, I feel a lot better than I was a few minutes ago. Therefore, my stress is reduced and I feel happier. So it's this sort of this soft claim that it can help reduce a little bit of stress, which I think is kind of cute. There is also a claim about another chemical in chocolate that can help with diabetic control and with exercise. But I'm not 100% sure how hard and fast that is.
Interesting. So that's pretty interesting that we can, there are some health benefits with chocolate. But again, with moderation, and make sure that you don't eat a lot of it, and, watch your sugars, because, with all the process and the additives that they're in chocolate desserts or chocolate bars or whatnot, it kind of may counteract the health benefits of chocolate. Any final takeaways or whatnot, Brother Cliff?
Don't feel guilty eating chocolate. Don't. You should feel happy when eating chocolate. Don't confuse yourself with all this talk of, oh, is it heart healthy or whatever. You should just enjoy chocolate, right? Enjoy it in moderation, but don't feel guilty when you really feel the need for it. Don't feel guilty. Chocolate is meant to be enjoyed. And I think that's a good way to put it.
Good takeaway. Yeah, Brother Mike Bernal says a piece of chocolate a day keeps the doctor away.
I think that's supposed to be an apple.
Maybe they dip the apple in the chocolate, right?
Yes.
Chocolate covered apple.
That sounds good. Well, thank you, Brother Cliff, for the informative talk, about the benefits of chocolate. But before we move on, any greetings or shout outs that you have?
Sure, absolutely. I just want to say hi to the district. Hi, everybody, especially to the New England area and all the brethren there. My wife, my family, everyone here and abroad that support us in all of our endeavors. Thank you so much. We love you guys. We hope to see you around.
All right. Thank you, Brother Cliff. Now on to our next segment, Brother Lance.
Yes, now we would like to recognize the top 3 local congregation from last week's hashtag challenge. On number 3, or in the 3rd place, is the local congregation of Boston. Well, congratulations to Boston. Oh, there's another one. On number 2, or 2nd place, is the local congregation or extension of Londonderry. So congratulations to Londonderry. And the number 1, who is number 1? It is the local congregation of Belmore. So congratulations to the top 3 local congregation for winning the hashtag challenge last week. And now we have the top hashtaggers. These are individuals who hashtag the most. On number 3 is Sister Rewa Thompson. Congratulations, Sister Rewa. 2nd place is Brother Harry Davis. And number 1 is Sister Marisol Jose. She is the winner of top hashtag challenger. The top hashtaggers. So for our hashtaggers, please don't forget to hashtag your local congregation so that you can be mentioned next week, and hopefully we have some prizes also. And now what's happening in our district, Sister Abby?
So for the month of September, we have a couple of activities that we are looking forward to. At the end of the month, on September 29th, we will have our In Cinema Awards. So mark our calendars and save the date so that we can join in that activity and celebrate all the accomplishments of our brethren and the districts. And for the next month, for October, we'll have a Care for Humanity, and that will occur at the end of October. So as we get more details, we will provide that. And don't forget to check in with your local leadership and your local congregations for any local activities you may have for the next coming weeks. So, but I guess we can read some greetings and shout outs before we close out the show. We have Sister Liberty says, belated happy birthday to our son, Warren, who celebrated his birthday last September 11th, and advance birth greetings to our daughter, Mary Beth, whose birthday is on September 29th. And we also have Brother Leon says, happy birthday, Ka Alvin. And I believe Brother Lance also celebrated his birthday recently as well. The big 30, right, Brother Lance?
I entered another decade.
Entering another decade. And I also believe...
thing, so that's good at least.
Yes.
I haven't gotten any new pain in my body, so far so good.
Well, it's just the beginning. You have a lot to look forward to as you advance in your 30s. And I believe Sister Gemma Sterba is also celebrating her birthday soon, later this month. So, and I know there's a bunch of September birthdays that greetings to all who celebrated and will celebrate their birthdays this month. So I guess we can close it out. Anything else, Brother Lance, before we close out?
I think that's pretty much it. So enjoy your chocolate in moderation.
Yes, and for those birthday celebrants, you are allowed to have more chocolate other than your birthday date.
We can have chocolate cakes for days. 'Cause-
Yes. So that's
go ahead.
all for today's show. Thank you for tuning in, and thank you to the church administration for giving us a platform like this to continue to share and speak about interesting topics like these. Don't forget to catch us again next Saturday at 11:30 a.m. Eastern Time and 11:30 p.m. Philippine Time.
And greetings to our beloved Executive Minister, Brother Eduardo B. Manalo, and our Christian Family Organization Coordinator and Subsidy President, Brother Angelo Arano Manalo, and especially to our District Minister, Brother Sheridan Santos, to our Assistant District Minister, Brother Neil Practical Meda, and to our CFO Advisor, Brother J.R. Resurrection. And this brings us to the end of our show today. Have a good day, good morning, and good evening, everyone.
We are presenting the iglesianicristo Sign Language Guide, Android and iOS version. We gladly introduce the new interface of our INC Sign Language Guide, Android, and the much-awaited iOS version. The INC Sign Language apps is a project of the Christian Society for the Deaf under the Christian Family Organization's Office of the Iglesianicristo Church of Christ. It is a part of the church's continuous intensive efforts to reach out to and care for the deaf, INC members and non-members alike. This free sign language app includes the following features: 8,000 plus vocabulary entries, all in video, customizable video playback speeds, examples of signed phrases and sentences, categorized everyday signs like alphabet, numbers, colors, greetings, educational terms, medical terms, legal terms, iglesianicristo and religious terms, and many more. User maintainable favorites category, fast search and voice search. All features are available offline. And since these sign language applications contain phrases concerning the iglesianicristo and religious terms, we could use these apps in inviting more deaf fellow men to learn the basic doctrines being taught inside the church. For more information, please visit www.iglesianicristo.net, www.facebook.com/Christian Family Organizations, www.facebook.com Christian Society for the Deaf. Thank you for your support.
You know what, Rye?
Hold on, one second. Yeah.
Hello? Earth to Ryan!
I'm so sorry. What's up?
I noticed you've been on your phone a lot lately.
Yeah, I've been really busy.
And I noticed it's been a while since you've caught up with me over phone call.
You're right. I'm sorry. I've just been busy. Like I said, family, work, so many things, life. When do you want me to call you?
How about sometime this week?
Okay, sure. I've been a bad friend. I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
How has life been? Maybe I should call you next week.
Yes, like we
Okay.
discussed.
Yes, you're right.
You know, I totally understand that life gets busy, but it's still important to catch up with your friends and make time for that.
I know. That's true. I will do it. Thank you so much for reminding me. I feel like I need to remind myself and others too. I haven't caught up with a lot of people in my life.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
Thank you for the reminder.
You're welcome.
No matter how busy life gets, remember to communicate with your friends and family. You never know when they just need someone to talk to. This has been a reminder from INC Radio San Diego.